Los Angeles Clippers is getting a petty on, okay, out of all the assistant basketball coaches out there that's available. They are about to sign Tyronn Lue as a top assistant. Okay, we know the Los Angeles Lakers top assistant is Jason Kidd, and they also have Coach Hollins on the benches here as well. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Goodfellas Sports TV. I'll link article, link in description. From Bleacher Report, and I think the New York Times ended up breaking this story. So, Jerry West out here playing for keeps. Steve Ballmer, Detroit's owner from Detroit, if y'all didn't know. Shout out to Steve Ballmer from the Metro Detroit area. And the black guy that owned the Weather Channel who just bought it like last year or sometime this year. So, yeah, Detroit, we on the map too, right? So, this is funny because obviously Tyronn Lue was the Lakers' top option. At least that's the first guy they was in serious negotiations to sign. They wouldn't want to pay him what he worth, a championship winning head coach, somebody LeBron wanted. And that was kind of when people thought that schism about the Lakers, the power struggle, and all that stuff was coming up. Talking about, Jeannie Buss wanted to trade LeBron at the trade deadline for Rich Paul, leaking information about how they wanted to trade everybody for AD, and it kind of, alienated some of the players in the locker room, and just a whole bunch of other stuff was going on. And then how much power do LeBron got in the organization? Is it a power struggle? Magic had already walked out. So they were supposed to sign Tyronn Lue. The money wasn't right. They ended up signing Frank Vogel, who Frank Vogel is a solid coach. He was a really good coach for Indiana. Really good defensive coach. Really don't know about his offense, but just never noticed nothing special. They had Paul George and Danny Granger. He flaked out in Orlando. And, I think he had Oladipo down there. Then Oladipo went to OKC, and then he blew up in Indiana. So, but, this just sounds like some petty stuff. This sounds like the Battle of L.A. is going to be real, real good. You got LeBron, choice of coach as the assistant coach on your sideline. Obviously, Tyronn Lue probably got 1,000 calls to be a top assistant or some assistant from he probably got calls to be a college head coach. Or he probably got calls to coach in the EuroLeague, been an assistant coach in the NBA. And it seemed like Tyronn Lue just wanted to be in LA. And Steve Ballmer's probably going to try to pay him a little bit more than some head coaches is making. Or at least right around that mark some head coaches is making. And at the end of the day, they going to know how LeBron tick. They going to know some of his weaknesses. Tyronn Lue going to, do his thing and kind of give him some pointers with to make LeBron uncomfortable. And part of the Tyronn Lue got to feel like David Griffin, right? With David Griffin, the ex-Cavs general manager, a personnel guy who's now the general manager for the Pelicans. And I didn't even speak on him saying that his words was misconstrued about what he said about LeBron. Because on no point, we all know that was his truth. He said it was stressful and LeBron got all the credit and none of the blame. And if that's true, you hear a lot of people saying that coming out of Cleveland, and they look like they're on the outside looking in. Tyronn Lue has a little bit of a pickle to pick with LeBron. You feel me? He probably feel that type of way that he never got the credit, and LeBron got all the credit for coaching the team. We know that's a fact. A lot of people say LeBron was the player coach, Tyronn Lue was a figurehead. So Tyronn Lue got something to prove to stick it back to LeBron. Especially he probably called LeBron like, "Hey LeBron, tell them to give me some more money." And LeBron probably was like, "Shit, take the job or take the money or leave it." Okay. So it could have went down like that. He called LeBron like, "Hey, tell them to pay me what I'm worth." And LeBron said, "You ain't gonna pay me. They ain't gonna pay you that, man. Take the offer, man. Just take it." And it could have been some shit like that. This sound like gonna be one of the old Celtics Lakers wars from the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Magic, bro. It sounds like this gonna be really, really good. Obviously, that one team was in the West, other team was in the East. This gonna be really, really interesting. These battles for LA. Opening night. This is gonna be LA versus LA, Clippers and Lakers, Staples. I think I should do half the floor Clippers, half the floor Lakers for one of them. Then they're going to meet on Christmas. So, excuse me. So, it's going to be very, very interesting. And the Clippers playing for keeps. They got two people that got spent or got played by LeBron and the Lakers. Paul George spent them. And then Tyronn Lue, he didn't just work for any amount of wage. He wanted championship caliber money. And the Lakers just said, forget it. And Tyronn Lue just walked away from it. So, very, very interesting. And then Tyronn Lue played for the Dr. Jim Buss. I think it was 0-1 finals when Allen Iverson, he was locking them up. Then Iverson shook free, and they was the only team to beat the Lakers that year. And he stepped over him. People be like, "Oh, Iverson is overrated. How is he your favorite player of all time?" look at the stats and watching somebody play is just two totally different things. And watching Allen Iverson play, man, I don't think it's a better player, in my opinion. Look, I understand Michael Jordan to go, Kareem, but Allen Iverson was life. All right, he was like, everybody wanted to be like Ivo in my neighborhood. People we respected Jordan, he was great, but Ivo was just that guy. Okay, he looked like us, he was tatted like a lot of people we looked up to, braids, dressed like us. It was a lifestyle in on the court, but that's another conversation for another day. So, Clippers out here playing for keeps. Shout out to Steve Ballmer for doing this thing. On make LeBron your uncle, make him say uncle, and appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you're interested in my Twitch channel, I do gaming and some streaming on there. That link's in the description. I'll be streaming Madden, COD, and some of my other content on there coming up. Just constructing things to get it together. And don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. You want to make a donation, share the video. All the links in the description. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time we gone.